And Gray to Paul, sliding in for two. And a game high, 22 points. Chris Paul has put on a dazzling display.
Number 2 scoring team, and that's one of the reasons why they really like to get it up the court quickly.
By Downey, and he's open for three. What a sequence! To Gray, to Paul, back to Justin Gray. Wake Forest, 4 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and they've also got Trent Strickland in the game. That's the Demon Deacon 5 on the floor. Paul floats and hits.
Well, Paul has really been a factor for Wake Forest, which is
shooting 44% from the field for the game. Paul floats one up, and a beauty it was. He's gone 4 of 10. He's got 8 points.
Forest has been most effective when they've been able to get out in transition. A hesitation move by Chris Paul, and then the tough spin move right into the face of the leading shot blocker for VCU. A very impressive move by Paul.
Wake is led by 11. VCU is led by as many as 4. Visser in with a great pass from Chris Paul.
Well, the great play by Paul as he recognizes that Visser's man is out guarding him. Godwin can't get back fast enough.
The ACC against the 13th seed, Virginia Commonwealth Grand. Winners of the Colonial Athletic Association. 11 for 3. Good! And Wake Forest has reclaimed the lead on a 9-0 run.
Of course, Chris Paul, the fabulous freshman for Wake Forest, does a great job getting the ball to his teammates. Every game with him, it's the wow factor, either with a pass he makes or with a shot he makes. An extremely effective score with those little floaters down in the lane.
Wingate begins to accelerate, and Paul knocks away the pass. And the Deeks with a 4-on-2. That's a 3 by Justin Gray, the sophomore from Charlotte, who's inside to Holmes, who has been stationing himself there most of the afternoon. And Chris Paul, the ACC Rookie of the Year, fires inside, and it's a foul.
And the pace of the game has been one that you'd think would be comfortable for Wake Forest, but Manhattan has played the quick game very well. However, Chris Paul finally able to get loose in transition. He is hard to guard anyway, but you get him in transition like that and he becomes impossible.
And approaching the halfway point of this first half from Raleigh, North Carolina. Paul and Danilus off the bench and in for the first time. But this is one of the top 10 mid-major programs rated this season. Chris Paul with a nifty move inside, and he did. And look at Paul streak the other way. The sensational freshman Chris Paul, who had 4 big-time free throws. They thought they had to improve that, but they got the 4 big free throws from Paul late. And Danilus, who is 2 of 2, 3 of 3. Chris Paul is on him. Shot clock is down to 7. Paul with the steal and the hold.
Paul is really excellent playing defense on the ball, has very fast hands, and his instincts and his anticipation just as solid as you would want from a guard. Not a lot of movement of players by Manhattan on this sequence, and Minor just tries to take it in on the dribble, and Paul just takes it right away from him.
With Flores spinning by Downey, working by Paul, who shoves the ball right back in Flores' face. It's a point guard up here leaping that high. Fun to watch. There's 2 from above the arc, knocks down a 3, and Manhattan creeps to within 5, and Paul comes the other way and works for 2, slashing for his 11th point of the game. And they send Gray the other way through traffic. Paul open, launching a 3. Chris Paul has put on a dazzling display. 14 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Paul 5 of 6 from the field. And Wake Forest has their biggest lead this afternoon. All around a screen of Downey. Slithering. Oh, what a shot by Chris Paul. He now has put in 16 points, and that takes us to halftime. And the tap-in tried by Levy won't go. And Mulligan losing it to Gray. And Paul around Holmes and to Downey. Down the lane for two.
But the Jaspers are really hanging in here. Wake is not really able to stretch out the lead, but there he is again. It seems that Chris Paul has been involved in just about every Wake Forest score. Here he tips the ball away from Mulligan. Now watch, he doesn't know where he's going to pass it when he gets up in the air, but there he finds Teron Downey coming down the lane. And then the next possession, Chris Paul is going to take over the scorer's role on a nice backdoor cut.
And Gray to Paul, sliding in for two. And a game-high 22 points.
Wake Forest up by 8, and as usual, it's the Chris Paul show. Watch the right side of your screen, and here comes Paul streaking into the picture.
And off to the races is Paul, streaking skyward and putting it in.
And he got fouled. And that's what Paul has done so spectacularly today. Whether he's finishing the shot or he's passing to one of his teammates, he is unbelievable in transition.
Wingate picks up his second foul for Manhattan.
Just a great job handling the ball, and you can see as he was coming up the court the way he's looking, always trying to find somebody, and just takes the ball very hard.
Meyer is on Paul.
Are you kidding me?
29 for freshman Chris Paul.
And Chris Paul has done about everything that could be asked of him, taking the ball to the basket in transition, scoring off the pass, scoring off the dribble. This is the last play, and Flores nearly knocked the ball away from him, showing great strength to retain possession of the ball and get it in the basket. Again, I think that I would do everything I could to keep the ball out of the hands of Chris Paul, just make somebody else beat you.
Levy, Paul wide open, Strickland, and that might be the dagger. And that's it. Wake Forest will be going to the Sweet 16 for the first time since 1996.
Levy with the three. Yes.
Good kick out. And what's really, everybody's talked about Paul. Gray was a first-team All-ACC guard.
Up in the corner, yes.
Nelson taking it inside. You've got to force him to do something before you just give up on it.
And Williams answers at the other end. Outside, Paul. First points of the night, a three.
Good play.
Up ahead, 2-on-1. Nelson, and back to West. No, taken away by Paul.
Something Chris Paul has not been able to do this entire game.
Downey with the three. 8 down, 1 minute to play. Inside they go, Williams. Easy basket, timeout, Wake. Paul looking for help, gets it out.
Wide open.
This is huge. Three-pointer, yes! It's a 2-point game with 43 seconds. And timeout.
And now how big is that free throw?
Timeout, Wake.
Lebo to Auburn, the big school, the big program, or stick it out with Chattanooga. Jump shot goes for Danilou. Skip pass. Open look, Chris Paul. He drills the three.
And defensively, Chattanooga. Good ball movement by Wake here. The extra skip pass into the corner. Where are the defenders? Nowhere to be found. An easy set shot type of jumper there. Almost
the double team comes quickly. Paul is open off the fake. Gray, a three. Fine.
So that's where they're at their best.
Getting ball directed traffic. He wants an isolation. Shot clock down to 3. Paul lets it go. It's a triple.
Boy, did he ever set him up defensively, too. Had the basketball, faking like he wanted to use that screen, called him right over, and then watch the quick zip right to Williams as he comes down.
Wake on the move as we send it to New York and Greg Gumbel. Chris Paul with the deck. Here's Collins. Tried to whip a pass, but Paul is too quick. Chris Paul elevates for the draw. And also Chris Ellis has checked in for the first time. Williams! There's Paul spinning. Airbear got a little piece. Paul, the leaner. Soft touch.
No dunk, but just a two-pointer coming through in the floater by Paul.
Paul wants the isolation. Fend off on Sally. Dish. Levy. The throw down. Good on the inside. But off a made basket, Paul comes right down the lane for the bucket.
Actually dropping that in with 32 seconds on
Out there for Wake. Nichols had it glance off his finger. Look out. Williams able to scoop it up. So another West Virginia turnover.
Little high screen, nice cut by Paul.
Splits defenders and hits the floater.
Wow, what a great recognition of the high screen, the head.
Up top, here's Paul on a crossover. Oh, what a find! And the answer for Wake Forest inside with Chris Ellis.
It's the great combination of guards and Paul in particular who have the ability to slice through the lane. You're going to see Paul eventually come through here, and watch on the right side of the screen, you'll see Ellis just park it and wait for the catch.
Comes Paul the other way for Wake. Penetration, it leaves Downey open. Unable to hit the three ball. Fisher whipped away. Paul finds Williams and a foul call. Chris Paul able to come up with it and set up the big man Eric Williams. Free throw.
Watch the way Fisher right here goes after this ball. I'm thinking for a big guy, you know what? He's moving his feet pretty well. He goes after the ball, and somehow Paul comes up with it and delivers it over to Williams for a couple at the free throw line.
Paul, kick out. Downey hit the big shot at the end of regulation. Paul, he's got it, a three.
You want to go quickly and see if you can get to the basket.
It was Downey who hit the three at the end of regulation. Paul just slices right down the lane for the easy bucket.
Now you see if they can keep Paul from getting to the box right now.
Nichols draws the assignment. Paul hands to Downey. This is for the tie. He buries it. Wow. Mountaineers up by 4. Gansey is fouled. Mike Gansey has taken this game over.
A good look by Collins to the middle of the floor. Pittsnoggle clears, and what happens? Gansey recognizes it and challenges the vacated spot by Pittsnoggle.
Back-to-back fouls now on Chris Paul, and that's number 5. Chris Paul, his evening is over. 22 points for Paul. 9 assists, 6 rebounds, and 2 steals.